going to take the North and never give it back.
So that's a good pick. You get the corner. I got to go bold, right? I got to go bold for this.
Yeah, she's got some nice long
Welcome
hair.
back to the Unbearable Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Barron, and guess what? We get football tomorrow. We finally made it. Everybody, make sure to like and subscribe if you're pumped up for Chicago Bears football tomorrow. And today, we're going to be breaking down the 10th day of training camp practice, but also DJ Moore was able to talk, and there was a lot of really interesting pieces that we need to get through. So we might keep this light because the Bears kept it as a light practice today. Not a whole lot of stuff going on. Really what they were doing was just kind of walking through they were even walking through some of the pregame pieces today. And then also too, just so like people could understand the routines, a lot of the starters were just not even practicing today. And then also just a lot of play with the players that are going to be playing tomorrow. A lot of walkthroughs so that they know, hey, here's what we're going to do for the game tomorrow. So light practice, not a lot to really talk about today, but we still will. And next, there was a little nugget that Nicholas Moriano from CHGO tweeted out about who might be playing a lot tomorrow. So also he mentioned that Velus will be playing, Austin Booker will be playing, Reddy Stewart will be playing. So a lot of the people that we had out on our list, but one to really keep an eye out for, he said, is Demetric Felton, the person that they signed from the Browns. He might be playing a whole bunch. And it makes sense because when you do look at the running backs, we said this yesterday. Khalil Herbert's probably not going to be playing a whole bunch. Roshan Johnson probably, he might get some snaps, but won't be playing the entire game. And Travis Homer is a veteran. And Ian Wheeler's been banged up. So we might be a big Felton show. Also, too, I will post this out. So link down in the description and you can get your own little PDF. It's not anything crazy, but if you just want to have a nice little list of the people that should be out there and people that I highlighted as players to watch, feel free to download it. Also, next thing that I want to talk about is DJ Moore, because there was a lot of really interesting nuggets today during DJ Moore's press conference. Now, like one of them was when he said that when they asked him, like, how was it when you got traded to Chicago? And he gave a very honest answer where he wasn't thrilled, basically. He was not thrilled to be coming to Chicago. And it makes sense because in Chicago, like, we haven't had a huge track record about developing good wide receivers or quarterbacks or anything like that. But he came over and was like, oh, crap. Because also, they traded a whole bunch of stuff and they were the worst team last season, and you're getting traded to that. But also, too, he said that he was fine not being paid top of the market. As you saw, it isn't by any means getting the highest dollars per year out of every single wide receiver. But he did feel like he outplayed that deal that he had, which we mentioned. He was getting $16 million a year, which in fair terms, when you're talking about a wide receiver, he did in fact outplay that previous deal. And ultimately, the Bears rewarded him. But here's where it gets interesting. When he was talking about Keenan Allen, something that he said, because they were asking, hey, is Keenan Allen going to be the next one? And, or like, are you going to talk to Keenan Allen at all? And DJ Moore said, I already did that. Now, I did that yesterday. Man, listen, what's your number? Let's get it done. I'm going to leave his number out of it. I think we can get it done. And that's awesome. Like that DJ Moore said, I think we can get it done. And we said this yesterday. It makes a lot of sense for us if the Bears were to re-sign Keenan Allen for an extra year. Right now, it seems like the trio is having a really, really good chemistry going on. And to me, why not say, hey, Keenan, let's just add another year, add a year or two. 2 might be pushing it just because he is up there with age, but just adding another year. You know he's going to be good this year, and why not just get ahead of it? And now you know, here is the future of your wide receiver core. Here is the future of the tight ends, like we said yesterday. Also, another piece, too, that I think is super cool to hear. When DJ Moore asked about Caleb, he said, yes, that's part of it. I think Caleb is going to be a superstar, and I want to be a part of that. That is chilling. That's amazing. That someone is already saying, like, yet again, remember, 6 months ago when a lot of people were saying, how is DJ going to react to all of this? And DJ like, okay, this might be the best quarterback that he plays for or has played with. And it's a rookie that we're talking about. Already, you can tell that, hey, he wants to be a part of it and he's all in. Now, he was asked, do you feel like a Chicagoan? And he's like, no, not really. He's got to get another year. Because yet again, he's only been here for a year, which is kind of crazy to say. Last year was his first year with the Bears. So, yeah, let's give him another year, and then maybe he's going to feel like an official Chicagoan. But now, let's get into training camp, and let's get into the updates. So let's talk about the injuries. So who was not out there today? Well, Kyler Gordon, Gerald Everett, Stevenson, Wheeler, Sewell, Martin, Wright, Davis, Billings, and Sweat. So a whole bunch of different people. A lot of these players, too, are also because they're veterans. Billings, Sweat, that's a big reason why they are not out there. But everyone else, more so injury-related. And it's unfortunate to hear about Ian Wheeler not being out there because that's someone that I want to see. Now, he was still walking around. He wasn't practicing, but he was at least out on the field. So hopefully he can play, but I'm a little doubtful. And I think that's where you're going to see Demetric Felton get pretty much all the snaps at running back. So someone definitely to look out for. But let's go over to the offense and just talk just overall the recap of what was going on. So one is just more notes on Tyler Scott. Tyler Scott continues to look good, but also continues to be Tyler Scott and just drop the football. Like we said, you look at him and he's fast. You look at him and he's quick. It's just that question about being a consistent wide receiver that we all have questions about and that he still really hasn't proved it yet. But also, too, the first team offense was looking good. And also, Rome Odunze connection. We saw this. The Bears posted this out on Twitter a couple times, and we talked a little bit about it yesterday. Just that connection with Rome is really kind of coming together with Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, and quite frankly, all the wide receivers that are around him. Also, a little bit of notes. In the situational team period at the end of practice, Caleb Williams started the drive by hitting Keenan Allen for a short gain, and then Williams had another one of his passes tipped. He actually had, I believe, 2 passes tipped today, and then the next play was completed to Cole Kmet, and then over to Allen, who made a diving catch. And then the final play was a completion to DJ Moore, and then the offense clocked the ball, and then they were able to get into field goal range. So overall, just not much was happening today, not much to report. The only thing, Zach Pickens made his name. He actually did something. He swatted down a pass. I think it was that just one pass today that I was seeing out there. So overall, Zach Pickens made a play, just swatted a pass. But that's really about it today. Just a couple overall swatted passes from when Caleb was throwing the ball, and just solid play all around. But guys, ladies, gentlemen, we got football tomorrow. The Bears play tomorrow. It's a crazy feeling. Let me know how you feel down below in the comments. Are you excited? How does it feel? Yet again, this is just the Hall of Fame game, so if you haven't already, click down below in the description. You can look at all the different players that I was saying that I kind of put on my watch list. Yet again, Ian Wheeler's probably not going to play. But also, if you haven't already, watch the other episode, our Super Show. I was going through training camp, but then also previewing the game as well. So we'll keep this nice and short. And with that, Unbearable Sports Podcast, we are out.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad